Here is an interesting news article about Windows 8 uptake or adoption slowing down. Can you believe it? It's a new operating system. It just came out last year and it's actually slowing down. People who are using XP are not ditching it, are not getting rid of it as fast enough as Bill Gates would hope. And Windows 7 is becoming ever more popular. Here is the graph, and there's something interesting about the graph. The graph shows 51.2% of the users currently are using Windows 7. And by the way, this is just Windows systems, so it doesn't take into account Linux and Apple OS X. And 4% apparently are still using Vista, which is fast declining because it had a bad start and people just never got used to it. And then 34.46% are still using XP, which has gone down by a very tiny bit since the last time I checked, which was I think about 6 months ago. I think it was about 36 or 37%, so only 3%. It's probably around 0.5% per month is what it's losing, which if you think would be a rate that would continue on, that would mean 6% per year. It's going to take approximately 5 more years for this to become around 0%, which is pretty interesting considering Microsoft is stopping all support for it very soon, and there'll be still lots of people using it. In fact, most old computers that are still running, and there are tons of them, are still using XP, and XP is the preferred system for those systems. It's a very powerful system, it's very robust, it's very stable, it's gone through tons of updates. It is a great operating system, so it's no wonder that it's going to stick around for probably even more than 5 years, in my opinion, probably 10 years. 51% for Windows 7, no surprise there. It is by far the most popular in terms of usage, reliability, compatibility with not only, here's a good point, not only the new Windows software but also older Windows software that uses Windows XP, because of Windows XP mode that exists in Windows 7, which does not exist in Windows 8. Something interesting that you may not have noticed by now if you didn't look close enough is the following. The blue color is not only Windows 8, but according to this graph, it also includes Windows NT. Ooh. Some of you who know what that means are probably already having a light bulb on your head, or on top of your head. What does that mean for those of you who did not understand that? NT, as far as I can tell, it could be that the graph is wrong, obviously. There's a potential for that. NT, as far as I know, and if I were to be putting NT into a graph, that's what I would mean, refers to the server side of Windows. So the 10.2% not only includes Windows 8, but Windows Server as well. So Windows 8 could actually be a lot lower than 10.2% if NT means Windows Server operating systems. That's a little strange, isn't it? Why would they include Windows Server operating systems in this graph? Maybe because they want Windows 8 to not look so bad. Maybe they got a phone call from Bill Gates saying, look, you're writing this article, after all this is Computerworld, it's one of the major e-zines out there, and they must have said, look, if you're going to be putting this article out there comparing market share of the various Windows systems, we need help with Windows 8. Can you please put some numbers in there that don't show Windows 8 like a total piece of crap that it is? Well, it's not a total piece of crap, by the way. That's not my opinion. I do like Windows 8 as probably as much as Windows 7, if not more. If you have a touch computer, it's a lot better than Windows 7. I have a touch computer and it's amazing. I just love the way it works. I don't use the touch as much yet. I'm still getting used to it, but I have to say it is a new user experience. It is in some ways much more productive as well. So it's not that I have the feeling that Windows 8 is crap, it's that it would seem the market feels that way, and Bill Gates may have picked up on it and persuaded Computerworld to bolster the number or the percentage of Windows 8. Notice they put Windows 8 at the top, it's the color blue, and then another color blue, NT. Now most people would just look at the top, Windows 8, Windows 7, Vista, Windows XP. Very few people would actually look at NT and get a light bulb on their head and go, wait a minute, this graph is not perfect. So that's probably what's going on here, and it's probably skewed because of that. What do you think? Do you think this is a skewed graph? Do you think Windows 8 is probably suffering so much that Bill Gates would end up calling a computer magazine corporation entity to persuade them to change the way they write the article slightly so it shows Windows 8 in a brighter light? I know this is conspiracy theory going on. This may have a potential. What do you think?